Yo. This one got a lot of people in here yesterday. A lot of people got riled up and yelling and screaming and, telling me to get some work boots. So I'm running this motherfucker back once again. Now, last time I said I was only going to take 30 minutes, but this time I actually can only stay for 30 minutes. So I'm probably mostly going to be reading comments. I'm going to probably be mostly reading comments because talking to you people, we're going to go into circles for a long ass time. And yeah, I don't have the time to go back and forth. Just to lay out my position here once again for the people who didn't see the live from yesterday. I'm asking this question this way for a specific reason. I'm asking for you to tell me why black people should not get reparations. I'm not asking, do you believe that it's plausible? Do you believe that we can do it without breaking the economy? Do you believe that there's a good plan in place? Do you believe that, it was a long time ago, so it doesn't apply to you? I'm not asking that. I'm asking you, what is your principled stance against reparations for black people? Because, if you're okay with reparations as long as someone gives you a good enough plan and they iron out all the kinks and answer all the goofy questions y'all keep asking about it, it's not that you are actually against reparations. You just haven't heard a good enough plan yet. I'm not here to give you that plan, though. I'm not here to give a sales pitch on why reparations is good, actually. And this is the way that we can do it that's acceptable to you. I'm not here to do that. So I'm not answering any questions of how is it going to be paid? Who... Oh, wait, hold up. My connection. Sorry about that. Apparently my connection was being dumb. But yeah, I'm not here to, do a sales pitch about the right way to do reparations, and this is the logistics and the details, and this is where the money is going to come from. This is how we're going to collect the funds. I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to sell reparations to you. I'm not here to give you the reasons why reparations is good, actually. I'm here to hear y'all's reasons of why reparations is not good. They need something. They still can't feed themselves. I'm not sure what that's... Are you saying that black people shouldn't get reparations because they can't feed... I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah. That's the mission statement here. So if you're gonna come in saying, I don't disagree with reparations, it's just that, well, how is it gonna be paid? And what if my family came here from from England in 1965 and we weren't here when slavery was going on? I don't give a fuck about that. We're not talking about that. I don't care to answer any of your hyper specific situations of how you shouldn't have to pay for reparations, actually. Yes, you do, bro. I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, if you disagree with reparations on principle, let me know what that principle is. I have an idea of what that principle is for a lot of people. Because, I don't want to spend the time going through all the minutia, breaking down the plan, if at the end of it, you're just not going to be okay with it anyway. Because that's what happens. Every time we have this reparations conversation, people come in and say, well, who's going to pay for it? Well, what if my family came here in 1985 and we wasn't here during the slavery shit? What if... is it going to come from taxes? It's like you paying yourself. And we go through all that, and even if I'm able to answer all those questions perfectly and explain everything to you perfectly, motherfuckers at the end still end up saying, "Well, I don't know, man. It's just that it was so long ago." Like, so it's like I completely wasted my time. I'm not wasting any time answering those questions from you people anymore. Let's see, Tom. I'm gonna let Tom in, see what he got to say. Yep. What's up, Tom?
Yeah, so I want to say that if you guys did get reparations, like let's say whatever, 60 years ago, 100 years ago, would you guys be in a better place or in the same place?
So I'm not a fortune teller. I don't have like a crystal ball in front of me where I can see different realities and see what happened in another reality. Like, and I'm not here to answer questions like that. Like, this question isn't about whether or not reparations would solve racism or fix all the issues in the black community. So respectfully, uh, that kind of has nothing to do with the question I'm asking. I mean, were you going somewhere with that?
No, I'm saying people will be in the same place. Some people will be having more houses, more this or that, but people still need to work. They need to go to college. They need to go to have a job and, work for themselves.
Hmm.
You
So,
know?
so Tom, you know that reparations isn't like to solve racism or to solve like poor people, right? Do you know what reparations means?
Something was not given to you, or like it was taken away from you. You didn't have a
All right,
chance.
I'll answer it for you. I'll answer it for you. So the root word in reparation is repair. So it's basically paying damages, right? It's for our specific situation. We were brought here hundreds of years ago, worked as slaves, for free for hundreds of years. And then another 100 years after that, we lived in this country as legalized second class citizens. All of this was facilitated by the United States government and enforced by the laws in the United States government. So all of that marginalization has a dollar amount tied to it, especially the hundreds of years of free labor that we did. It's a debt that's owed. So, like, you paying back the debt that you owe isn't supposed to solve all your problems and fix everything in the entire community. That's not the point. The point is to repay back the damages from the exploitation that we went through. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. But the slavery existed in this country only 80 years, and only
Mm.
300,000 slaves
Wait, wait,
went to
wait. Did
North
you say
America
only 80 years?
from 1776. Yes,
So there
to
were no slaves. Okay, so there were. First of all, 1776 is when the Declaration was
yeah,
signed.
in this
America
country.
has been here before 76, 1776. Like, they had slaves when they first got here. I don't know if you know that they were enslaving people when they first got here in
Yeah,
the 14 and 1500s. So, like, it didn't start in 1776. So saying it only went for 80 years is a goddamn lie. But secondly, it doesn't matter. Even if it was 5 years of free labor that was happening, that 5 years was unpaid.
but don't you think 350,000 slaves went to North Africa? I mean North America. Isn't that a small amount? It's not
Who
billions.
cares?
It's only three
Who
hundred fifty
cares?
thousand.
Who cares?
It's a small minority. I mean, it's not that
Can
big
can you
actually.
answer? Can you answer what difference that makes if it's a small number? Even if that's not true, but even if I'm listening to what you're saying, what difference does that make? Does that mean we shouldn't give a fuck about it because the number was small?
Right. And was slavery that
Yeah,
hard? Just picking cotton,
exactly,
man.
exactly. So wait,
All
what was
right.
that last thing you said?
Was slavery that hard? Just picking cotton. The slave master still had to house you,
So,
feed you.
okay, Tom. Oh my fucking god.
You're a slave right now. I'm a slave
I,
to the job.
so I don't know if you're being good faith, but like, you do realize you're talking about people being owned by other people, right? They like being treated as not even human beings, as like a thing, as like a item that you can dispatch with however you please. You do realize this is what we're talking about, right? This is not like somebody had to work for free for a little bit. That's not all. The working for free is just one part of being a slave.
They
Like
still have to
there's
feed you and house you. You
yeah,
look
the
at the
same way
G
they have
side.
to feed and house a dog. Okay, like you have to feed dogs, you have to have them in the house, you have to take care of the dog. That doesn't make it okay, Tom. I don't know what are you getting at here?
If the forefathers were really racist, why don't they just G side everybody? G side all black people. They didn't because they saw
Yeah, yes, they
humanity.
didn't. So can I answer that? The problem is the the reason why they were using black people as slaves is because of the free labor. It will make no sense to just genocide all of the people that they're trying to get to work for them for free. Like, what sense would that make?
But still, you guys are living good in 2025 now.
Tom, I don't know if he ran. Like, no, I don't know if he realized like everything he said made no sense. I don't know if he felt like he won that, but like like every point he made no sense. It was very easy to dismantle. Uh so he had to run. I didn't kick him. He ran. He couldn't handle the answers I was giving him. Like I don't think he was prepared for somebody to actually answer his dumbass questions. Cause I wasn't going to, but I just wanted to see where that went. Tell me why you deserve it. You answer my question first and then I'll answer yours. How about that? Thanks for liking, Keisha. You know. I'm trying to do the good work here and just hear some opposing viewpoints on this. Let me go back and read a couple of the other comments here just so I can fill up this time because I'm gonna upload this later, so this isn't like, I don't want the dead air to be on here. Why should it be black people's responsibility to figure out how they're paid? That's a good question. I mean, we've done it though, actually. We've been studying ways and how do I say? There's been people doing studies for years and years on this reparations thing. Like, and I'm not the person you would ask for that. You would ask those people when you ask how is it going to be paid, how is this going to affect the economy, where is it all going to be coming from? There's people who have answered those questions for you already if you really want the answers for it. And that's not me. I can refer you to those guys. I'll Google it if you want that. But I'm not here to answer those logistical questions for you. I'm looking for an answer from you. I need you to tell me why you don't like reparations. And if your answer is, well, I just haven't heard a good enough plan yet, then you don't actually disagree with reparations. And if your answer is, well, even if you do have a good plan, I still disagree with it, I want to hear why. That's what I'm here to do. I'm not here to get bogged down in the minutia of explaining the mechanics and the logistics of how this is going to go. Because if I go through all of that shit and explain everything to you perfectly and you still say, "Well, I don't agree with it anyway," then I've just completely wasted my time. Let's see. They say they're independent but still want us to pay for food. Okay. Reparations ain't enough at this point. Eye for an eye. Hey, man. I feel why you would say that. I think anyone that wants them should get them. Just sign away your citizenship and get a plane ticket. Get a plane ticket to where? Most people don't even know where they're, due to all the rape and the destroying of historical documents, and like most people can't tell what country in Africa that their people came from. So they wouldn't even know where to take the plane ticket to. I don't know if y'all know, but Africa is a big place. Africa is a continent. It's not a country. It's a continent made up of 54 countries with many, many different types of people that speak different types of languages and different types of ethnicities. Africa is we're not all just one nigga. You can't just go to Africa. There's a lot of Africa to go to, buddy. Don't ask me no questions because I won't be able to answer them. And if I could, I don't think you'd like. Okay. If you think that's what I'm saying, then sure. It actually doesn't matter because it's a debt that's owed. Exactly. The reparations do not have to be in the form of a check. You thinking small. Think big. Think big, bitch. If it wasn't just slavery we were owed for. Mad other shit. Exactly. We had like another 100 years of legalized second class citizenship in this country. These motherfuckers want to focus on slavery, not us, because they will just smoke it all up. Hey, it's my money. I can do what I want with it. If I want to smoke up all my reparations, that's my right. Tell me why you deserve it. Oh yeah, I read that. Same reason I shouldn't when whites were one. Nothing to do with you or me. That doesn't really answer anything. Just because you decided that you might have been slaves historically and you just acted like that didn't happen, that don't mean we have to do that. Okay. I'm sorry that you don't want to open your mouth and say something to the people that enslaved you. And we do. That just makes us different. The Fourth and the 15th Amendment, reparations already happened. That's not what the Fourth and the 14th Amendment did. Sorry, bro. What kind of debate is that? Sorry, IDK, look it up for yourself. I don't even know what you're referring to. What would anyone born now need reparations for? Classism is the issue. Get off the plantation. Your, the rest of your sentence answered your first question. Why should I pay for something I've never done? It's not you paying my. We're not gonna take your wallet and say, well, we got to give it to a black guy now. That's not how reparations work, bro. Always crying and playing victim. Okay. Why should I pay for so? Oh, so you spammed. Hold up. Let me go down here. Let me smoke up all this money I got for doing nothing. What's up with this smoking shit? Should Irish get reparations for the oppression and slavery that they endured by the United Kingdom? Yeah, maybe they should. Maybe they should look into that. That's not our business, though. We're not here to decide if they should do that or not. You know, they need to figure that out. Your victimhood is showing. Okay, Section 8 superstar. I wish I was on Section 8, bro. I wish. I've been applying for food stamps. You know, now that food stamps being canceled, you know, everybody is belly aching about it. I never was able to get on food stamps to begin with. According to the government, I make too much for food stamps. I respectfully disagree with them, but you know, the government said I can't get food stamps. So unfortunately for me, I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. Reparations is a form of entitlement, like you're entitled. I mean, yeah, reparations, we're entitled to the damages that our family incurred during the 400 years of chattel slavery and the other 100 years of second class citizenship in this country. We are entitled to something for that. I know y'all want to make that seem like a bad word, but I mean, that's the correct word for it. So I'll give you a hug. How about that? No thanks, bro. Typical. Typical of what, Cooper? Say what you really want to say. So who would pay it? You asking the wrong person for that. Steven, nah, that doesn't really answer. You see, because they aren't hardworking like their ancestors. Well, let me see. Somebody is asking to talk. Let me see what this guy has to say. Oh, what's up, Ion? What do you got for me?
Hey, what's up? Is it Kenny?
Yes, Kenny, exactly.
Hey, man, how are you doing?
I'm good so far, brother. What you got for me?
Um, so I don't think black people should get reparations, but I will say that I think they deserve reparations, which is, I know it sounds ironic.
Okay. Yeah, I need you to explain that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so one, it's very obvious that the plight of black people is the culmination of racism, just just horrific conditions for black people in the United States. And it gets a little
Mm-hmm.
more like it gets murkier and murkier as time goes on, right? Like imagine in like, I don't know, 10 more generations, right? Black people, would you think that black people getting reparations, let's say 200 years from now, just an arbitrary number, do you think that that would be a little harder to, I don't know, maybe be more logically sound?
You mean like if we waited longer to actually pay the reparations,
Yeah.
would that work?
No,
I
not
don't
if
know.
we
I feel
waited
like
longer.
waiting.
Sorry,
Oh,
go
say it
ahead.
again. Sorry, go ahead.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, restate what you were trying to say. Sorry.
It's okay. So like, would you say it would be more difficult to be, I guess, logically more difficult to pay out reparations 200 years from now?
I don't know. The only way I can answer that is I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
waiting longer, like the longer we wait, is what makes it more complicated. This is
Yeah, of
where
course.
this argument comes from. Like, it was so long ago, it didn't happen to you, it happened to your grandparents. Like, it makes it harder and harder to justify to some
Hmm.
people.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you were listening this whole time.
No,
I'm
sir.
not really here to talk about like the logistics of how to do it, what's the right way to
Yeah.
do it.
That's
Like, I'm not interested in doing that with people today.
that's not
So,
even my
like, if you
actual main
don't
reason.
disagree, oh well, go ahead, go ahead.
So my main reason is that I think that just people across the United States are um, they are victims of poor education, and black people them
Mm,
definitely more. Like, there's no question. I'm not trying to say that we're equal in these areas. In fact, most were probably not equal or fair. But there is such a problem in the United States of undereducated poor people that I think
mm-hmm,
the best solution is to raise everybody up as much as possible. Because
mm,
like, if you look at like Appalachia or like the Midwest, or like, I mean, there's just millions upon millions of extremely poor people and extremely dumb people. And I think that
mm-hmm.
this is such a crisis that if that crisis deserves to be solved more than necessarily reparations to black people, because it helps everybody out.
Well, I'm gonna end the conversation with you only because you already started off saying that we do deserve reparations, so you don't even really disagree. And now it's starting to sound like we need to just help everybody, and that's gonna, that's completely separated from the conversation of reparations. So I don't think we're gonna get anywhere further with that. But I'm gonna see what Cliffy has to say here. Oh, never mind. Cliffy didn't want to come. Ain't this a bitch? You just sitting over here. And respectfully, Ion, I ain't trying to like shit on you. It's just like, if we don't really disagree, then because I really want to hear the reasons that people think that we don't deserve reparations. Like, if you think that it's not a good idea for like logistical reasons, and that maybe strategically it'd be better to do it later, or strategically we should do it at some other time, then that's cool. But again, that just means that you think you haven't heard a good enough plan yet. That's different from saying that you actually disagree with the principle of repaying black people. So, respectfully, Ion, you were respectful, so I ain't trying to shit on you. But I'm looking for the people. What I'm really trying to get at with these people is the principle of, like, what is the principled issue with repaying back black Americans for the marginalization that we went through in this country. Because if the answer is you just don't like it because you don't know the right way to do it, then that doesn't mean you don't like it. It just means you haven't heard a good enough plan. Once somebody tells you the right plan, then you'd be on board. But a lot of these people, even if they heard the right plan, they still wouldn't be on board. And I want to get to the root of that. That's what I'm trying to get to the root of. So I'm mad that what's his name? I forgot what his name was. He didn't come. I'm doing these one at a time, by the way. So, like, I'm not. I've tried having these things where it's like multiple people and we're screaming over each other. All right, you two, Ion. I respect your opinion on that. I respect what you had to say. I wasn't trying to like be an asshole by kicking you. I wanted to give the other guy a chance to tell me what he had to say, because I feel like, based off of his profile picture, he actually disagreed with it. But yeah, if anybody wants to tell me what their issue is with giving black people reparations, let me know. I'm gonna stay on for like another what time is it? 6 minutes. And I'll read comments until somebody. Let me see. Us white people don't have a plan as a cop out because most don't care about an actual plan. That's true. That's what it is. Like a lot of these people, they start by saying, "Well, who's going to pay for it? How is it going to be dispersed? Is it going to be land? Is it going to be? Are you going to buy rims with it? Are you going to buy Jordans with it? Like, what are you going to do after you get it? Like, it turns into all of that, and we don't have to answer that because that's putting the cart before the horse. Like, what's the point of going over all these details and all the logistics and the mechanics behind some shit when the person, even if all that was correct and figured out, they still wouldn't agree with it anyway? It's absolutely a cop-out. It's like their way, them legitimizing their, I ain't want to go straight out and say it, but it's them trying to hide their racism. Like they really just have an issue with paying black people, bro. Especially because again, we are literally paying reparations already right now. We have this figured out. This is not something that we have to do research on and, oh my God, we've never done this before. How do we do this? We're paying reparations to people right now. We're paying reparations to the Native Americans right now. We paid to reparations to the Japanese in the 80s. We're paying Israel right now. We're giving money to the Ukraine right now. It's not reparations, but somehow we found money to give to them for the situation they're going through. But for us, it's, well, we can't give black people nothing because we can't figure out exactly how we're going to do it and what we're going to do. We got to get the plan right. It didn't take them that long to find a plan for all these other people. But for black people, it's, oh my God, it's so complicated and complex. Even though we have groups of people who have literally spent years and years and decades figuring this out for you, and they've given you plans, and nobody wants to see it because nobody wants to just pay black people, bro. That's all it is. It's just racism. But somebody is requesting, so I'm gonna talk to you, and I'm gonna stay a little bit longer because I gotta go after this. How much do you want? I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask that. What's up, Doe Flaming? Blow Flamingo, sorry. What you got, bro?
I mean, my whole thing about like reparations is like practically like how would you I'm assuming you're saying
I'm gonna stop you there. Let me stop you there because you about to ask me how would you do it, just like I did my whole spiel. I don't know if you've been listening to me. My whole spiel is how you did it. Well, you saying practically, like how do you how did go? Okay, go ahead. Say what you're about to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm saying you're saying that black people should get reparations for like slavery, right? I just want to be clear on that. That's what we're saying, and like Jim Crow and redlining and things like that affected our community.
Yes.
Okay, so do you think that it should just be the descendants of slaves or all black people that had to go through those hardships? Because there were people that, and like, should the reparations like differ? Let's say if somebody was like an ancestor of slaves, right? And let's say somebody just migrated here in like the 1920s, right? So they didn't really experience like super hardcore slavery, but they had to go through Jim Crow and things like that.
Through segregation and all that.
Yeah. So you think they should get the same amount of reparations?
No, but again, this is like a hyper-specific situation that I'm not equipped to answer for you. Like there's people who've been studying the way all these little details about reparations and the reparations plan for decades. There's if you want the information on that, it's out there. You'd have to Google.
Google what? Because I mean, I've done research on myself for a few years on this, and I haven't really found any like solid or
try to find. You ever heard of ADOS?
Yes, I have. Yes, I've not read too deep into it, but I know a little bit about it. But
so, do you know who Yvette Cornell is?
Yeah.
Okay, so like, if you want an answer for that, you would have to ask somebody like that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, I would say there's even problems with with his interpretations of reparations, don't you think?
Well,
Because
Yvette Cornell is a woman.
or my bad. I'm sorry. Um, my
I'm
bad.
starting to think you don't know who that actually is, and you just said that.
Well, I mean, I know like a base knowledge upon her, but not like nothing too in depth. I already said that, but I mean, don't you think, from at least from my understanding, even her reparation plans, don't you think that that would help like the white community too? Because and stop me if I'm wrong. She's just saying that we were pretty much anybody that has anybody that's descendants that were affected by slavery should get reparations. But you know, like what buck breaking was, right? And how black women were being out, I can't say that word on TikTok, by their, their overseers, right? So a lot of white people in America have slaves descendants, right? And this is kind of my problem with like reparations, where you just kind of draw like an arbitrary distinction, right? Where it's like, okay, let's say if we draw, let's say you have to have 5%.
Okay, so
Right?
let me slow you down. Let me slow you down. So
Mm-hmm.
again, you're doing what I was saying that I was trying to avoid. Before you get answers to all that stuff that you're talking about, do you think black people should be repaid for what they went through? That's a principled stance that I need you to make right now. That's a yes or no question.
Do I think black people should get paid for what?
Should black people be repaid for the damages of the lost wages of working for free for hundreds of years, and then the 100 years of legal second class citizenship that they went through? Do you think they should be repaid for the
Probably
damages
legal
for that?
class citizenship, but not slavery, though. Probably like Jim Crow and redlining, but probably not slavery. I think that's too murky.
Not
But
slavery? Seriously?
yeah, because too many people, too many what we would consider black people, I think, descended from slaves. So that's like a really slippery slope there. But I think like with
No,
Jim
it's not.
Crow, it was
No,
more
it's
clear.
not. So the problem is, like, even if you want to talk about white people who were mixed with white because of the slave master, those people are still descended of a slave. Like, it's unfortunate that it happened like that, but their lineage is their lineage. Like, I know you want to make it like we don't want to help white people at all, but it's not for white people. It's for people who
I mean,
were
it would just help
descendant.
more white people than black people then.
Well, not really, because
Um,
again, those people who were mixed with like the white slave master back then were still considered black. Like
yeah,
these are still black people. These are not white people. Like what you're talking about is like a mixed person who further and further down the line they just got more and more and more white, and then
yeah.
now it's just a white person at the end. It didn't happen like that. Those people who were mixed with the slave master back in the day, they were considered black, and they intermingled with other black people, and they had kids with other black people, and all their descendants are still black.
No, that's not. I mean, I can show you people that would phenotypically
And
be
this is
seen as
tangential
white.
anyway. It doesn't matter. Like even if
It does
that's what
matter.
you're talking about is true, even if what you're talking about is true, their lineage is their lineage. They're still a descendant of a slave. We
Really?
like there's no
So
getting
even if
around
somebody was
that.
1%, okay, so then you don't think it should be black people. You think it should be enslaved people then, because it wouldn't be black people then.
Well, yeah, of course. You can't.
Yeah.
So
So then it's not black
that's the
people;
other
it's
part.
enslaved people then.
That's the other part of this. That's the other part of this. The when you can't pass anything like this based on race. It can't be based on race. It has to be based on that's what you call it, unconstitutional. You can't discriminate based on race. So it has to be based on the lineage. And if your lineage goes back to a slave on a plantation, then you are a descendant of slaves, even if you might be light skinned now. Oh, he left. He left. I mean, again, I don't know how I keep letting these people do this. Like we're talking about all these other tangential, like, uh, hyper specific situations. That is tangential. Should we get paid for should we be paid reparations or not? Period. That's the question. I don't know which one of y'all were first. I think Jacob was first, so I'm gonna let you come in. What's up, Jazz? Thank you for the heart thingy. I don't know what that does, but I appreciate you for doing it for me. But what's up, Jake? What you got for me?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I was dating a Jewish girl not too long ago, and
Oh,
her
before
family.
I let you finish, before I let you finish,
Go ahead.
can you skip to the end of this story? I
Oh
really
yeah,
don't
yeah,
want
yeah,
to
it's
hear your
it's
life
quick.
story.
It's quick. I was almost done. They are still getting reparations from Germany. Her family is still getting
Mm,
reparations. They acknowledged what they did, and they're doing the right thing, unlike the United
mm.
States.
Got you. Okay.
They're
Yeah, no,
still
a lot of the
getting.
times, yeah, a lot of the times the people come up here starting to tell a story, and I'm like, man, can you skip to just get to the good part, bro. Get to the good part.
Yeah,
But
this
go ahead.
country, it's our economic like status is because of enslavement, like that trade prior to industrial revolution was the American economy. That's
Exactly.
what launched us into the industrial revolution harder than any other nation.
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of the wealth that was built up in this country was built off of the backs of slave labor. Like it's undeniable. Like I don't know. Oh, what's up, Quinn? But yeah, I don't know why people will try to argue with me like all y'all did was pick cotton. Like no, nigga, it was way more than
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah, that it was
it,
it
it
was the vast majority of the American economy. Was not just the cotton trade, but also like the actual trading of people. Like
right.
it's disgusting. Like it's terrible. But and then on top of it, like the repercussion of getting tax money back to working people is such a beneficial effect compared to what tax money normally does, which is go to rich people. And then, it's so the way our country's working right now is so detrimental to every individual. Like people don't even understand. Like you take the taxes, you give it back to the people, it's going to benefit everybody. Like that's what your taxes should be doing.
Yeah, but I mean, and the crazy part is, like you said, they're doing it for the Jewish community. They're doing it for the Native Americans community. They've done it for the Japanese when they were in turn. This is not like some new thing that we've never done before that we have to figure out this groundbreaking plan to figure out. Like we're doing it right now. It's just for black people, for whatever reason, there's like a mental hold on people. And I got
Hey,
an
I think
idea
I
of what
think
that
I
reason
know the
is.
reason. I think I
I
know
think
the
we all
reason.
know what the reason is. We all
And
know. I just want them to say it.
it's the very essence of what America is, really. Let's be real. Like people are so flabbergasted by like Trump and ICE and all, and it's like, no, this is how we've always been, bro. Like this is not new.
hmm Well, I appreciate you, Jake. You said some good stuff, but I'm actually trying to talk to people who disagree. So,
Yeah.
respectfully, I got to get you
Yeah.
the fuck up out of here. You
Thanks for
take it
letting
easy,
me up.
man.
Bye.
For sure. But yeah, like he bro was right. Like a lot of the economy in America was built off of either direct slave labor or industries surrounding or using slaves, loaning slaves, treating slaves as collateral, insuring slaves. There was industries based all around that shit outside of just the cotton or the tobacco or the sugar cane. We weren't just in the fields picking cotton, bro. It was a lot of shit that was going on based around the slave trade. A lot of wealth that was built up in this country based around the slave trade. And we were locked out from that. Not only that, it was in a cruel way. Like we weren't even treated like people. We weren't even treated like dogs for real. Like they would just, like, if you got out of line, you tell me this. When they had a dog that got out of line, what did they do? Did they like whip it in the back 40 times? They might have what you call it, euthanized them, but that I would argue that's more humane than the treatment that they would give to what's supposed to be people, of just whipping them and just letting them heal back, hopefully, and then sending them right back out to work again right after that. Like it's crazy the way that we were treated. The way that they would, people were turned into clothes, bro. They would hang people and make it like a display. Like they would show it like it's like, look guys, we're having a good time watching this guy hang. This is cool. Like, what are we talking about? And there's a dollar amount attributed to all this shit. What that dollar amount is, I don't know. There's people who've been studying this much longer than me and read much more material than me that can answer that for you. I'm not the person you can ask that to. You can look into the ADOS's answer. You can look into the FBA's answer. You can look into all the other, Ta-Nehisi Coates. Like it's a lot of people who has the answers to the questions that a lot of people have about the mechanics and the logistics about reparations and, the right way to do it. I'm not the person to ask that. But like bro said before, we all know why, you people. It's not about the plan. It's not about you haven't heard a good answer of what to do. You notice I haven't even, the only people I've kicked today, which is surprising to me, are the people who agreed with me. All the other people who disagreed with me on this, they had to leave themselves because the answers, they can't deal with the ramifications of what happened to black people historically and how bad it was and how much of a cottage industry it really was back then and how much money that was generated off of our backs, where we weren't even able to learn how to read, bro. We weren't able to keep our history of where our family came from. Most of us don't know what country in Africa we come from. I mean, we could do the tests now, but that information for orally has been lost to time because we weren't able to keep all of that. We had to learn Christianity. We ended up becoming Christians in this country, and they used Christianity against us to keep us following what the slave master say, because the Bible say you're supposed to obey your master. There's so much, bro. There's so many reasons why we should get reparations that I'm not even entertaining the question. I want you to tell me why we shouldn't. And if your answer is, we shouldn't because, well, what about this? Well, what about that? What about if my family came here in the 40s and we didn't have anything to do with racism? What if it was a black person who came from Africa in the 80s and they didn't go through slavery? That's tangential. That doesn't have anything to do with the principled stance that the descendants of slaves and the people who were affected by the ramifications from that slavery system and the damages that need to be paid to them. That's a completely disconnected and different question that you're asking. But I'm gonna go back up because I said I was gonna leave a little bit earlier and I didn't, and I'm Muzzy Boo. Oh shoot, I didn't even see you was down there, Muzzy. I'm sorry. You're probably not even here anymore. But you people with your heart me thing, I don't even know what that is. Hold up. Who's all still here right now? Damn, I'm sorry, Muzzy. Damn, I feel bad for not shouting you out. The government doesn't give reparations, but some cities do. Are you sure? You think only the city gives Israel their reparations? Only the cities give Native Americans their reparation? Only the cities gave what's the other group? The Japanese? Only the cities, the certain cities that they were interned in gave them that money? Are you sure about that? You haven't earned it. My family did. You won't get them because we're tired of you. We tired of your ass too, but that don't take away the debt. Black fatigue. Wrong. No, I'm here. You're fine. Oh wait, are you still here? Oh, William. Sorry, William. I saw you in the request. I was about to let you up, but then you got out the request. So I think I'm willing to talk to one more person, and then I got to get the fuck up out of here. Yeah, but shout out to you, Muzzy. These people have been making my brain hurt. Nobody can like say the real shit. They're all saying, well, we got to pay taxes, right? And taxes is like, we all have to pay taxes. So it's kind of like you're paying yourself. And I mean, I wasn't there. So why do I got to get punished for what happened all those years ago? And you should just get over it. No, we shouldn't, actually. I'm sorry if you think that all the other people who went through slavery, they just chalked it up to, that's just our history and we just got to let that go and act like it didn't happen. We're not like that. We're not just going to let that go and act like that didn't happen. We're still going to, we're going to fight for justice, because if we just let it go and act like that didn't happen, then there's no justice for the people that went through that shit. And I don't like how that feels. I don't like how that feels. Let what my family went through just be for nothing. I don't like that. Oh, wait, did I reject him? I didn't mean to reject him. Hold up. I'm going to talk to one more person and then I'm going to go. Come on, William, if you still there, you can jump up here. But yeah, I don't like how that sound. Like other people, they're like, look, man, slavery's been happening for thousands of years. Their slavery happens all over the world and nobody else is complaining about it. Maybe they fucking should, okay? I'm sorry that everybody else are bitch made and they're gonna act like nothing happened when their family were treated like literal property and we're not, okay? That's a them problem. That's not our problem. But what's up, William? What you got for me?
I don't know if this is like his rage bait or like it's like if you think anything's gonna come out of
are
this,
you enraged?
I just want to tell you, just as a courtesy, I
Wait,
just want to
William,
tell you.
slow down, William. Are you enraged?
No.
Okay, then
And
how
I'll
is this
tell
rage
you
bait?
why. I'll tell you why. All right.
Wait, before
This
you
is
go on
gonna
your spiel, I
come
need you to
really,
answer
really
your
hard.
question. Before you go on your spiel, I need you to answer the question. Why shouldn't black people get reparations?
I'm just gonna tell you that you're not getting reparations.
Okay, we're
So I
not.
think that's
Never mind. You waited all that time to come up here to say that. Wow. Yeah, he's high. He probably is high. I don't know, or maybe he's just a 7th grade dropout. I don't know. But you just came up here to tell me that you're not gonna get reparations. Like you could have said that shit in the comments. Why you requested to come up here to say that? you had to say it verbally. All right, let's see. Mama D is back. All the government help was reparations and is reparations. No, I mean, you're literally not getting reparations. That just will never happen. Well, luckily, I didn't ask you, will we get reparation? I asked, should we get reparation? But thank you for your input. I appreciate it. All races have had slavery. And? Question mark? Let me see. You don't need white validation, homie. I don't know who you're referring to there. Anyway, I think that's enough. I mean, if nobody else wants to request, let's see. No, you should not, because every race had slave. Oh, never mind. Did you repeat yourself? Yeah, you did repeat. Write that in the comment one more time. See what happens. Wow, fight for justice. You probably never been on a farm. Hell no, you shouldn't. You don't know anything about me, Ryan. Does me being on a farm... oh my God, there's so much wrong with what you said. Do your research and you'll find out why the government is not giving the black community anymore. They haven't given us anything. If you're talking about welfare and food stamps, that's not for black people. I don't know if y'all know, but most of the people on welfare, it's not black people. Most of the people on those assistance programs are not us. It's, the other group. They for whatever reason, we got sacked with the welfare queen stereotype, but most of the people that are on welfare are not us. And even outside of that, welfare isn't for black people. They didn't create welfare to like a payment plan for reparations for black people. So, sorry. Listen to this entitled "Ah Boy." Government hasn't given us anything. They haven't. Is that true or is it not true? What did they give me? What did they give you for what? Let me go back. Nobody owes reparations. I don't think you know what reparations mean. People's grandparents knew enslaved people personally. It's not that long ago. Exactly. My grandparents were alive during the same time that Harriet Tubman was alive. Like, what are we talking about? This is not ancient history. Reparations already happened. 40 Acres and a Mule and Tools Act after the Emancipation Proclamation. Yeah, our people didn't get that shit. Our people didn't get their 40 acres. Where's my 40 acres, Mr. MJ Pearl? Where's my grandparents' 40 acres? They didn't get that shit. Listen, yeah, you already said that. I wasn't talking about welfare, little boy. Are you talking about the 40 acres too? Because that never happened. The government is built on racism. Doesn't mean reparations aren't owed. I wasn't talking about EDT either, little boy. Facts, they gave reparations already. That wasn't given, but former slaves owners received them. That's the crazy part. The people who got the reparations were the motherfuckers who owned the slave. Oh man, this country is comical. When you ignore all the death and destruction and pain and suffering that people have went through, the shit is really like a comedy the way things happened. We already give you government assistance in housing. That government assistance in housing is for everybody. It's not for black people. Sorry. The reparations are not for the current generation. It's a moot point. These are facts. Okay. No way the government lied, boy. Yes, it did happen. Look in the Library of Congress under agriculture appropriation. Yeah. So you know what? Before have I tried crying a river? Okay. I don't know if you're talking to me or not. Let me look up this 40 acres and a mule thing that people are talking about. Let's see. I'm gonna do this live. All right, 40 acres. This is Google AI. I'm gonna read this for y'all. The 40 acres and a mule refers to a broken promise by the U.S. government to provide land and a mule for newly freed African Americans after the Civil War. Issued in 1865, the plan was meant to give formerly enslaved people economic independence, but it was reversed by President Andrew Johnson, because of course it was, shortly after, returning the confiscated land to its previous white owners. Oh my gosh. The phrase has since become a symbol of the unfulfilled promise of reparations and the ongoing struggle for economic justice. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. They were supposed to give 40 acres and a mule, and they said, nah, actually, let's give that back to the white people. Woo. Damn, that's crazy. All right, I'm going to try, let's see. MJ Pearl, what act are you referring to if you're not talking about the 40 acres and a mule? He won't debate anybody because he's scared. Scared of what, bro? People that ask for handouts will always have entitled attitude. Work for what you want. We're already working, bro. He dropped me because I was about to dog. You were saying you're not going to get reparations. Like, that's not an argument. I dropped you because, just like all the rest of you, you're not going to get reparations, bro. Just get a job. Just go get a job, man. There wasn't enough acres to give everyone 40. Well, maybe they shouldn't have promised 40 then, dickhead. That doesn't mean pay nothing. Because they overpromised and say, wait a minute, we ain't got enough land for that. That don't mean, oh, never mind, we fucked up. I guess we can't give you nothing now. Like, what? There may not be now, but you can convert it to money. How about 400K? It's excessive and won't actually help anyone, will only cause more problems. The problem is reparations isn't to solve racism, guys. I have to keep repeating this back. Reparations is a debt. Reparations is repaying damages for the marginalization that we went through. This isn't supposed to solve all the issues in the black community. So it doesn't matter if we give reparations to black people and it's cash, right? Let's say it's cash. We give reparations to everybody and they all spend all their money on rims and Jordans. It doesn't matter because it's their money that they were owed, okay? Their family worked for free for that and they inherited the benefits from that. It's like any other inheritance. When your grandparents or your great grandparents work hard for a long time and they earn something, they pass it down to their children and their grandchildren and their grandchildren. It's the same concept. Our grandparents worked for free for all those years and they needed to be paid. They never were paid in their time, so you pay their children. That's how that works. You don't get to just say, well, never mind, they're dead, so we don't have to pay them anymore. It don't work like that. If my mom wins a lawsuit and then she dies before the money is dispersed, that don't mean, oh, well, guess we don't have to pay anymore. No, you pay the children. You pay the next of kin. If the next of kin is generations and generations later, that's your own fault because you waited so long to do it. That's not our fault. But anyway, I said I had to go here. If nobody else wants to jump up here, I guess I can go ahead and end this. I'm going to give y'all like one more minute. If anybody want to actually come up here and talk to me again, I'll talk to that other dude again one more time if he want to try it. Oh, let's see. Wig Natty. Okay, this is the last person for real. Okay, this is the last person for real. And then I'm done because I actually have to go. We're gonna give Wig Natty a chance to log in completely. All right, what's up, Wig Natty? What you got for me?
Hey, what's going on? Sorry, it looks like my connection might be bad all of a sudden. It'll probably go away.
I mean, it still sound good so far. So just say what you got to say, broski. Uh-oh, sound like it's starting to cut in and out now.
Reparations.
Yeah.
I think there's a
Yes.
My bad, dude.
Hold up. Re-say that last thing. It's starting to cut out now. Yeah, he disconnected. His connection's fucked up. Anybody here who's not on the Temu wireless can go ahead and I'm giving y'all another minute and 30 seconds because I really do have to go after this. Reparations, 40 acres and a mule, food, tools, and you're right. They squandered the spoils. No, they I don't know if you were listening when I just read it, but that they literally reversed it and just gave the reparations to the slave owners. They didn't squander anything. The next president just came in and said that 40 acres and a mule shit, nah, we ain't doing that. You talking about a group of people who've been working for free for generations and generations, and you think now that they're able to have their own shit that they're just finally not going to work anymore? No, they're going to keep working the same way they were before, and now that they know that they're actually going to get something, it's even more reason for them to work harder and to build up their shit because they can own it now. There was no squandering. It was a broken promise. But anyway, nobody else decided to jump in here, so I'll end this here. You guys have a good day. I might run this back again later because people really care about this apparently. But shouts out to everybody that, is in the comments fighting these racist motherfuckers because all it is just racism, bro. All the people who they don't want to say that's what it is. They want to say, oh, what about what about the taxes? Who's gonna pay for it? Who's gonna do this? Who's gonna do that? At the end of it, even if we figure all that shit out, they're still gonna disagree with it because they just don't like black people, and that's all that is. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Urban Elephant, please make this quick. I really do have to go after this. What you got for me?
Got you. So they didn't suffer. They didn't die for all of us to just be like, yeah, we deserve this because they went through that. That's a disrespect to them.
What?
Like that's disrespectful to them. Like they didn't make those
It,
sacrifices. They didn't go through all that so we can sit here and be like, yeah, we are old because they went through this.
as opposed to just not doing anything for their children. That's what they deserve.
Like they never
That's the
asked for
respect.
it.
That's the respect. The respectful way to deal with it is to have them suffer and sacrifice all of that, and then just say, "Oh well, I guess we'll just act like that didn't happen."
Oh
That's
no, it's not a
respectful.
matter of acting like it didn't happen. That's just U.S. history. It happened.
Well, no, it's not just U.S. history. It's first of all, you're talking about people who've been working for free and being exploited for generations. Like so much wealth has been created off of the backs of people who are working for free. And you're saying they would think now in today's age that their children shouldn't reap the benefits of their work. They'd be disrespected
Well,
by
at
that.
this point, it's not their children; it's their descendants.
What it's their children's 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 children.
Okay, and at that point,
So
it's
like
like
you
it's
think
been
that
150
wait, so
years.
this is a weird way to think of this is a very strange for you to try to flip it and like actually they would hate the idea of reparations. Like have you thought about this line of reasoning before you jumped up here, or this is just like something new you're trying out right
Oh yeah,
now?
of course. You look at the freedmen, the first people that were free. They didn't sit here and be like, "Well, I need reparations. I need to be compensated for what I've been through." They said, "Oh shit, this happened to us. This was
Yeah,
bad,
let's just act like
and
it
now
didn't
I'm gonna go
happen.
out into this world."
Let's just ignore that. Like, oh, this is bad. Let's just ignore it and act like it didn't happen. That's what they did.
Oh no, they just moved forward. They didn't ask for any compensation for that.
Okay, but the problem is we're talking about people who weren't considered humans at the time. They weren't even considered real people. So of course they didn't think to say,
Yeah,
well, maybe we should be compensated. They didn't think they weren't treated like people. So if they had the same mind today where they're like, actually we are human beings and maybe we should be rectified for the work that we did for hundreds of years for free. You think that's disrespectful to them?
yeah, because they suffered. That should have went to them.
That's
We didn't go.
fucking stupid. And I'm not listening to any more of that. Let me see what man of culture say. Like
What happened?
that's where you're going? What's up, man of culture?
What happened to the dude?
Yeah, I'm doing this one by one. I'm not doing the Oh, you want to talk to him?
Oh yeah. No,
You want to talk to bro?
oh, the only thing that like when it comes to reparations, man, I think we forget about other like the slavery thing, how they try to play like oh it was a long time ago and blah 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 blah. I'm gonna tell you, my grandma was a slave. That's the wild part. Like I still can't wrap my head around that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
yeah, same
Right.
boat.
Like this is an ancient history.
yeah, they try to make it seem like it was 1,000 years ago, and I'm like, bro. And then when I think about it, it's like, damn, man, I knew my great grandfather. That would mean his dad was a slave. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing when
Yeah,
you think
we're
about it,
we're in the
right?
same boat. Yeah,
But now we're like, all right, everybody, we talk about reparations for slavery. I just think like the sea epidemic, and I'm thinking like, how come we never push the issue on that? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
the sea epidemic.
You
Are you
know what
talking
it
about like
is.
coronavirus?
No, I know what it is. I mean, like I'm
Nah,
just
back
trying
in
to
the
figure out what
80s,
this has to do with
Reagan,
this.
what he did, and then people be like, well,
You talking about
they
the
don't.
rocks? Yeah.
Yeah. Look, that's what I
Oh
should
yeah,
have said. Rocks. Yeah, my bad. But
yeah,
and it's like, bro, you just don't get that they didn't just do this to a couple of neighborhoods, bro. They did it to pretty much every black neighborhood in America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
yeah.
okay. So the reason why I kicked bro earlier is because his angle is very strange to me. His angle for not agreeing with reparations is like, well, they would see that as disrespectful. They wouldn't want you asking for reparations. They would want you to just move forward and act like that didn't happen. Like, does that
Bro,
make sense to you, man of culture?
maybe he's playing devil's advocate. I don't know. You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Mate, that's
to
gotta
get
be
you
it. You
here,
feel me? You know how some people
I
just
don't
take
get.
the
I
opposite
don't
position
understand
just to
that.
get
take
you
it?
here.
Yeah, yeah, I don't understand
Like they
that line of
fought to get you
logic.
here. Their sacrifices got you where you are today.
No,
No,
they
no. What?
look. The whole look. I'm gonna tell you something about the Civil War, what they never tell you about. The only reason why the Union won because 150,000 black people got into that fight. That's the only thing that really turned the tide in that. And then Lincoln had no choice but to do it. That's why he was like 40 acres and a mule. Because before he was talking about if you stop rebellion, you can keep your slaves. Like people always like just forget about that. He was saying that till damn near the end of the war when he
Yeah,
realized I can't win. I gotta let the black people fight. You know what I'm saying? And that was pretty much it. That's what won the war right there. So you
yeah,
can't arm a
like
bunch of 150,000 black people
yeah,
and they be like, oh well, they're keeping the slaves in the South. Yeah, you can't do that, bro. It's gonna be another
Well,
war right
I'm trying
after.
to. I'm
but
trying to
still, like they
understand
fought
this
for this country
logic.
and their
Like this
sacrifices
logic
got us here
doesn't
today.
sound right to me, bro. Like if it was me, right, and I'm coming from a lineage of people who've been enslaved for generations, and I'm just the next generation that's been enslaved. And I never get to see a day of freedom. But I'm in the spirit realm in 2025, and I see my descendants are saying, "Hey, we should have some compensation for what my family went through." Like, would I be saying, no, stop doing that? Don't tell them to compensate you for what I went through. That's disrespectful. Like, is that what you would be doing, man of culture? Or am I bugging on this?
What, me?
I'm saying you were already compensated.
You must be talking to Urban
Well,
whatever. Me.
are you sure?
You're already
I don't know
compensated.
what.
Hell no, we ain't compensated.
Do
Of
you
course, bro.
you
Look,
think that we should be happy to just be here,
hell
Urban?
no.
No, you were
Hell,
already
look.
compensated. Tell
When
me how
they
you
tell
weren't.
you like this is what gets me about America, and this is what gets me mostly about our people, bro. It's like I can see how it slavery lasted so long because it's like you keep trying to look at these people as like normal people. You feel me? Like you gotta understand these people are damn near just. I don't want to generalize all of them, but a lot of them are just straight up evil. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit you can't. As a human, you can't justify certain shit, but somehow they'll try to finagle their way and try to make some kind of reason to. Well, you don't deserve it because da 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 da. Do you know how generations? Like I just said that because some dude in the comments like that. None of y'all deserve reparations now. I just said that my great grandfather, which I knew him. I mean, I was little, but I knew him. His father was a slave. Do you know how that? And then you got segregation right after. Do you know how that affects generational wealth? You know what I'm saying?
Did
And that's
he
what it
ever
was
ask for
targeted at.
compensation?
That's exactly what it was targeted at. It's so you would nobody look. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you why they're so against it because they don't want to see a black man do better than them or on the same level. They do not want to see that. They
Who's
want to see
they?
you as a
We
slave.
both
Who do you
black here,
think they
man.
are, bro? You know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't play these little weird games where you be like, oh, who you talking? Who is that? It's white people. Let's be honest, bro. Even when I started traveling, you know what? When I
Okay.
was working at this job, right? This was a white dude that was there. He was like, man, I ain't seen you in a while. Where'd you go? I said, man, I went overseas. He was like, how can you afford that and all that? He started asking me weird ass questions. Like he was really offended that I did something that he didn't do. I was like, bro, fuck you ask me all these questions for is odd. Know what I'm
Well,
saying?
so the thing is, and this is why, like, I thought you wanted to talk to bro because he came in. The point he was making was like our ancestors who went through that suffering and sacrifice would actually be disappointed in us somehow for fighting to be compensated for the work they've done. Like they think that's
Nah, he
disrespectful.
just crazy. If he say some shit like that, bro.
That sounds so dumb. Like I just wanted to know
Man,
if anybody else
bro.
realized, like, am I tripping or is what he's
No,
saying
you
make
ain't tripping,
sense?
bro. Bro,
It's like, why do you
I
expect
could just look, bro.
compensation for something
I
you
would
never
think
went
about
through?
my great grandfather, what he would think. Yes. Yeah, he'd be like, yes. You know what I'm saying? He'd be proud
Would your
of
Yeah,
great
like
brother.
I
grandfather
hear.
ask for? Did he ask for that
Did he ask for
compensation?
that?
Did he ask for compensation?
What, back then? Hell no. Well, we probably got hung
Nah,
back
when he
then.
was alive.
bro, like, bro, look, I'm gonna tell you something. My grandparents and listening to them and how they grew up, and the racism was totally different. Like, it was super violent back then. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
It just amazes me. Like, damn, y'all niggas ain't fight back. That's what I be thinking, right? Because my
My point
grandparents,
is
they
this:
hate. Oh man, they hate white people for real, bro. They've seen them do a lot
they
of dirty
didn't ask
stuff.
for
And they just,
compensation,
yes.
and they actually went through it.
But my grandma, yes, my grandma and my grandpa would tell you,
Yeah.
yes, they want reparations.
Wait, yeah, exactly. I'm glad you said that, man of culture. You saying if we asked our grandparents, they would say, no,
Fuck
don't pay
yeah.
our children for what we went through.
Call my
That's
grandma
what you're
right
saying?
now.
Because here's the thing: they fought
I need
to
you to
get you
answer
where
that.
you
I
are
need you to
today.
answer that yes or no. If our grandparents, if we asked,
Okay.
if they were here right now, and I said, hey, granddad, I know you went through what you went through. We're trying to fight for them to pay us for what you went through. You think they tell you, no, stop doing that?
Yeah.
Bro, I can
Okay,
call my
then you're
grandma
fucking
right now and ask her.
delusional. You're fucking delusional, and there's no point in talking to you, dude. Like,
Nah,
Because
where are
why
you
should you
getting
get
this
paid
from?
for what someone else went through?
He's probably bro, because there are
You gotta be a troll.
I'm gonna give you an example. You
I'm
remember
not
that
trolling. I'm dead ass.
Hey, you remember that movie, that Twilight movie, right? With one of the actors, they got unalived during, like, I don't know, a helicopter crash and, like, I don't know, chopped him in half or some crazy shit. And they paid his family, and they continue paying him like every year for I don't know. I guess I don't know how long they're gonna pay them, but they pay them like every year to this day. It's wild as shit. How do
Yeah,
you
but you see
think
how
Yeah,
that's
that's a good point.
direct?
That's a good point. So, Urban, you
even
do
their
realize we
grandkids are
paid
getting paid? That's
reparations.
the crazy part.
Yeah, exactly. We paid reparations out before. We paid the Japanese reparations. You do realize that, right?
No, we paid the ones that we sent to the camps those reparations, and
Yeah,
that's it.
that's what I said. We paid
Only the
the
people that went to the
reparations.
camps. We didn't pay their entire people,
No,
and it was only
they did
20,000 of them that received
the money,
anything.
bro. The money that went out for the Japanese internment camps were in the 80s, bro. It wasn't the people who were
Yeah,
alive during World War II. It was their
and they gave them
children.
money.
It was their
Yeah, they
children,
gave them.
Urban.
World War
It
II
was
to
for their
1980.
children.
That's only 40 years. Those people were still alive.
I mean, look at
It was
Israel.
for the.
They still get paid.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
exactly. Like the Native
so
Israel
Americans,
still
they're
they
get
paying
gave
paid
Native
to this
that.
day.
Americans right now.
They gave that money to their kids, which is a direct descendant, and the people that went through it. And it was only
Oh, so
twenty thousand of them.
if
Okay,
you're
what about
more
Israel
than two
then? We're
generations
still paying
removed, it don't count
Israel.
no more.
At a certain point, it doesn't.
Okay, but your logic, why are we still paying Israel and their descendants?
Why are we still paying the
Well,
Native
Why
for
is
Americans
Germany
and
starters,
their
still paying them?
descendants?
we didn't pay them reparations. Germany did. And number
And they're
two, the
still
only reason
paying
why we
them.
pay them now, is because they're an information hub for the United States, stationed in the Middle East.
But we're still doing it, Urban. That's the
And we're
point.
still
We're
paying
still
them.
Yeah,
paying them.
It's regardless of
we're
what you say.
buying their
You're still
information. We're
paying.
buying
No, you're not
information from
buying
them.
anything. We got
That's what they're
spies all
doing.
over the world, bro. Like, you don't need,
And who do
like,
you think the spies are?
who do you think they are? You think it's Israel? You think that's our
Obviously, is
major spies
them.
right there?
I mean, if they have spies in every
Spies are
Western country, you
individuals. You
tell
do know
me.
that, right?
Yeah, and
If
those
anything,
Hey,
Israel
Urban,
individuals
I need
spying
you
on
come
to
us.
from there and they get sent out.
You do know
wait a
that
second. Wait a second.
if it is
Urban,
spies, Israel spying on us.
wait, Urban. We're. Do you not consider what we're doing for the Native Americans as reparations?
Oh, absolutely not. No, we're just
No,
putting
what
them
would you call
on
that?
like. Oh no, it's not a reparation. We're
Yeah, what do you
just
call
putting
it?
them on a land and just
So what do
subsidizing
you
them for the
call it if
government.
we're
And
giving
if
them
they leave
land
that
and we're
land, they
giving
don't
them
get paid no
money for
more.
what they went through back in the day? What do you call that?
I don't know what
Can
do
we
you
have a
call
good
it?
faith conversation? I would call
What,
it
financial
reparations, but
compensation?
I would call it reparations. They're being repaired for injustice that happened to their people generations ago. Because the Native Americans of today didn't go on the Trail of Tears. The Native Americans of today didn't get wiped out.
Hmm.
They're still here, but they're
Yeah, they
getting
still
paid
get
by the
paid. They
United
still get
States government
all
for what
types of,
happened.
like, government assistance,
You do
everything.
realize those reservations existed in the days of which those people existed, right? and their descendants
It
live on those
doesn't matter.
reservations
They're still.
because
It
that's how.
doesn't. It doesn't
No,
matter.
I'm
We're still
explaining to you.
paying them,
Bro,
Urban.
we know
You're
that,
adding
bro.
shit that
No,
don't
I'm
That's the reason
matter.
why they
explaining
were
it to you.
on reservations.
The reason why they are on the
Urban,
reservation
you're
is
not
because the
teaching me
reservation
anything.
itself
I
is
No,
government
know how
let
funded.
this
him talk.
works, Urban.
Hey, let him talk because he said something stupid.
Go ahead.
No, the
Go ahead,
reservations are
Urban.
government funded, and the
Oh,
way that they
duh.
make
We
money
know
in their
that.
They were already
communities.
a
We know
tribe.
that.
They were
Okay,
already a tribe. The government didn't make them a tribe. They put them on there pretty much for reparations because what they did to them. Do you
no, they
not get
moved them
that?
there
And they're
because they
still
took their
they're
land
moving them
and they
because they
designated
were
them a spot.
offing them. That's reparations, bro.
Literally,
Like
they
that's the whole
designated them
thing.
a spot. Be like,
Like
all
you
right,
don't.
you live here. We're
Urban,
gonna take this land over
we're
here.
not having a good faith conversation. If you
He
can't
doesn't even
call
know
what
what
they're
he's
getting
talking about. He's just
reparations,
trying to say some
I don't
crap.
know if you're just lying or you're like actually
They can't
dumb.
help
But
it,
like
bro.
it's reparations, dude. Like if
Okay,
you can't be
We
good
like to
it's
faith and just call it
reparations.
reparations.
It's not this, it's that. It's
So if they can get reparations and they're many generations separated from the original people who went through that atrocity, how can they get it and we can't?
Well, for starters, only a select few tribes got it.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, never mind. We're done. I'm done with him. I'm done
I'm
with
not
him.
even gonna
I'm
lie to
sorry.
you, bro. I've always believed with the whole reparation things. Like we have to back that up with like it's got to be a threat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to tell
Yeah.
you the truth, bro. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you the truth. We can shut this. I don't even want to say no crazy stuff, but it wouldn't be hard. You know what I'm saying? Docks, airports. Like all you got to do is just stop them. I mean, it's just trillions of dollars coming in. Either you gonna pay me or you gonna pay tribute. It's one of the two. You know what I'm saying? Bro, we're 50 million deep, bro. Do you know that's most nations don't even have that many people? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Daniel,
These
you've
people,
been waiting patiently right here. You wanna let us know what you got? Yeah, I really do. Like I've been saying, I have to go for like the past 20 minutes. Y'all keeping me. What you got for me, Daniel? Because I gotta leave
Yeah,
right after this.
yes, sir. It's just an opinion. Of course, all opinions are debatable. But I believe black people have been getting reparations for decades, and I don't think
And
anything's owed.
how?
Well,
Please don't say welfare.
that's exactly what he's going to say. Everybody.
okay, you have the population size of African Americans, right? Is what 13 to 15%,
Are
right?
you about to say welfare?
Nope. Black people for years, for decades, have only contributed 6% of taxes to the United States of America, while everyone else has
Are
had
you
to
about
pay
to
so
say
much.
welfare but with more words, bro?
Yes, after that, y'all collect 26% of all the welfare.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I told
exactly.
you.
Like
Bro, look,
these
check this
people
out.
are NPCs.
Hey, let me just say this, bro. You know, in the black community, getting income tax is a thing, right? We have that in the black. That's part of our culture, right? Oh, well, we getting them income tax. Who you putting? What kids you putting on? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
That's another
right.
thing. When they try to lie and say we don't pay taxes, that's the crazy part about it. It's like, bro, it's known in the black community about income tax, and you know what I'm saying? It's in rap
Yeah.
songs that people are even talking about that. So when they say
Yeah, I
we
mean,
don't
I
pay taxes,
don't even care about this tax comment because
I don't think we should say that.
the welfare and the the financial assistance and SNAP and all that shit. It's not for black people. It's for everybody. So it's a moot point. This is not reparations. Like they try to treat this shit like it's a payment plan for black people. Reparations is not for us. Most of the people that are on reparations that are on welfare are white people.
They know that, bro. That's the crazy thing. Like I said, bro, look, I grew up in small town in Texas, right? And you got to understand, I grew up around, I even lived with a white family before, bro. These people, they're just, this part of their culture to be racist. Like, but I would say white Americans. I'm not going to say all white people, bro, because I've been around the world and I've met a lot of white people from other places. But white Americans are probably the most racist, evil people, and they're so delusional, believe they're not racist, but everybody else sees it. Like when you go overseas, Europeans will always call them out on it. They'll run up to you, oh yeah, I don't kick it with him, he's a racist and all that. You know how many times I've been overseas and some random ass European will come up to me and be like, yeah, I don't talk to that white American dude because he's racist. I was in Colombia. My homeboy, he's Greek. He was like, yeah, I don't mess with him either. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they get snitched on a lot, bro. And that's why I say, that's why you got to have Europeans really check them on that racist shit, because they really believe when they're talking to a black person, they're not racist. That's the truth. Everybody else sees it except them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I actually gotta go. So it was
right,
good talking to you, but I gotta bounce up out of here.
Peace.
Y'all.